see real students doing practice tests designed to focus on the techniques you need to do your very best in an oral exam. We're going to see 11 tests with tasks drawn from a variety of different oral exams. There's also an advice section with tips to help you perform at your best. And there's also worksheets designed to focus you on the strategies and techniques you need.
In this part of the exam, you're going to describe some photos. Here are your photos. Look at the two photographs of places where people live. Compare the photographs and say where you would prefer to live and why. Please talk for about a minute.
Okay. In the first photograph, I can see a big city with lots of high buildings and lots of things to do, like a roller coaster or a Liberty Statue. Whereas in the second picture, I can see a small village that maybe is in the countryside because there's a lot of grass and green trees around. In the first picture, there are lots of cars. Maybe it's a traffic jam, whereas in the second one, there are just a few cars and some boats. In the first picture, maybe there is more noise than in the second one, because in the second one you can hear the nature. If I had to choose, maybe I will choose the picture of the big city, because I like cities and there are more things to do there, because you have more facilities near.
Okay, thank you very much. In this part of the exam, you're going to describe some photos. Here are your photos. Look at the two photographs of places where you can eat. Compare the photos and say which place you'd prefer to eat in and why. Please talk for about a minute.
Okay, in this photo I can see a nice Asian restaurant. I think maybe it's a Chinese one. I think this photo shows an Italian restaurant. I think it's a Chinese restaurant because I can see some typical food you can find in a place like this. There's some starfish and there's some bugs. It seems like a place to have some takeaway food so you can eat it quickly. And this place seems like a familiar place when you can go with your family or your friends to have some pizza or some pasta. I also think that this seems like a healthier place. So I will go to an Italian restaurant rather than going to a Chinese restaurant.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll stop you there. In this part of the exam, you're going to describe some photos. Here are your photos.
Thanks.
Look at the two photographs of places tourists like to visit. Compare the photos and say which place you would prefer to visit and why. Please talk for about a minute.
Okay, both pictures look nice. This picture might be taken in Turkey or Greece or someplace like that because the architecture seems like that. Whereas this other picture might have been taken on the desert, maybe in the United States, near Arizona or somewhere else. Well, this is more like a sightseeing holiday because you can see monuments and museums and you can learn about culture and stuff. While this other place is more like an adventure thing. You could walk, you could climb and that things. It's different ways of holidays. This is more like to go with family because you go to the museums and you walk all day and it's more tiring and you get to learn more culture and stuff. While this other is more to go with friends, I think, because you could have fun walking and doing adventure things. Well, I don't know which I would prefer because I like sightseeing and also adventure thing, but I've always wanted to go to a desert, so I would say that this picture it's better for me because I would like to go on an adventure holiday. Yes.
Great, thank you very much. I'll stop you there.
In the first photograph, I can see a big city, whereas in the second picture, I can see a small village.
Well, this is more like a sightseeing holiday, while this other place is more like an adventure